So earlier this week, Jim, Tyler, and I attended the Industry Summit in Orlando, which is a conference for professionals within the automotive industry that serve dealerships. I remember you. And there was a lot of different speakers, and one of them being Jim himself. One of my favorite speeches was by Rick McCormick, and I believe that the title of his speech was called Q-Tips. And he had touched on not only the changes in technology and how dealers have to react, but also gave tips on what dealerships should be doing. One of my favorite things that he discussed was the trend from selling cars and trying to increase profit to instead just focusing on servicing people. He had mentioned that by not focusing on profits and trying to increase the gross revenue for the dealership, you're going to create, instead of single-time buyers, lifelong customers. And I really love that segment. One of the things that Rick said was there's 3 requirements for what dealerships should be doing with every customer. One of them was, every customer must learn something they did not know before. He had stressed about the idea of providing information online on the company's website. A lot of dealerships actually, if you visit their websites and you find out that some don't even have a staff page where there's no information about who actually works at the dealership. And most of the ones that they do have a staff page, they don't actually have pictures or videos of any of the finance managers. And he had expressed how it'd be a great idea to do a soft introduction to the dealership customers that might be visiting, saying, "Hi, I'm Bob. I work in finance. I'm probably going to do your paperwork. I look forward to meeting with you and servicing your clients and your needs." He also mentioned that it's probably not a bad idea to have a small product information video on all of the different F&I products that the dealership may carry. Not necessarily going into the nitty-gritty, but going into just a small explanation of what a vehicle service contract does, or what paintless dent repair or keyless replacement and gap. Just educating the customer a little bit, since they're spending a lot of time online anyway. Most of the car buying experience now is done by people who do 6 or more hours of information research before they ever step into the dealership. And I thought that was brilliant. The other step that Rick talked about is every customer must feel something. They must feel something that they've learned, and they must feel that they've connected with the person who's selling them. The other part that Rick talked about said every customer must be motivated to do something with what they've learned. And I really like that. If you give them the information that's available on your website on the small F&I products that you particularly carry at your dealership, you have the introductory videos and pictures of people that work at the dealership as well, the customer's more likely or more comfortable to buy that product once it's brought up in the F&I presentation. Ultimately, the point that Rick made that was a home run for me was, he said dealerships need to go from selling products to serving customers, because the cars pretty much sell themselves nowadays. All the information is available online. They pretty much know what they're going to pay within a couple $1,000s of each dealer. And what you're doing is you're fulfilling a need that the customer already has. And if you provide them with the best service possible, you're going to take that customer from a one-time purchase to potentially a lifelong customer. And he said that by focusing on serving and not selling, profit and transparency ends up being spelled the same way. TRUST. I remember